Hey, 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 it's Dr. Dawn, and welcome to Mystical Monday. I will be your host tonight. We have a wonderful show planned for you, just as we do always, but you know how we do it. We got to let people have time to come into the room. So let's count it down. Hey, it's Dr. Dawn, and I'm back. It's Mystical Monday, and you know what we do? We talk about all things mystical, all things spiritual, and all things beyond the veil. So tonight we have a wonderful show planned for you. It's me tonight, no guests, just me. Yay! And I have some information that I want to share with you guys. I want to give you guys a chance to come on in. Let me see if I can see in the comments or in the chat if the people are making their way in. Come on, let's see. You guys let me know when you're in here. Say hello so I can know the chat is up and running and working well. I see you guys are coming in. There you go. Hey, thank you. You say you finally caught the goat live. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate you always referring to me as the goat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you did make it to the live. Who can say what's right? I love that name, that screen name. Hello, hello. You guys come on in. Come on in. I almost didn't make it to the live tonight. How about that? I almost posted and told you guys, nope, I'll see you next week, but I pushed through it, pushed through it. I had a good weekend. You know how you do. You get that good weekend and you think you still on the weekend, but it's Monday, right? So I had to really get myself together today, tonight actually for this live. All right, you guys are coming in so I can see it's working pretty good. Hey. Oh, thank you. Says you are the goat and our Professor X. I'll take it. I'll take it. Since I really have a PhD, I'll take the Professor X. We appreciate it. No, I appreciate you guys. Hello. Hey. Hey, I'm so happy to see you guys tonight. Um, we got a lot to talk about. The first thing I want to cover or talk about before we get into tonight's topic, which is portals, portals, and more portals. I want to kind of talk a little bit about something that I posted last week. I actually posted that there are levels to this spiritual stuff. You know, I all throughout my journey, I was kind of groomed, if you will, by the spiritual community, not to refer to people's individual evolution in terms of levels, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to make people feel like they're behind or they're ahead or they're better than because of, their awareness. But in my experience, I mean, you just got to come on out and admit it that there are levels to spirituality. And I wanted to point that out because we're at a point now where there are some people who are awakening to the fact that something's going on this planet. Something's different. Something's not feeling like it used to. People are starting to have an awareness if it's um, something as simple as seeing the repeated numbers or recognizing that the energy feels different. We got those people who are really starting to awaken, which I love it, love it. And then we have that next tier of people who have been awakened for some time, have been studying, learning, like just doing everything that they can to increase their awareness, their frequency, trying to get aligned. And so now they are at the point where they're being guided to take their spiritual awareness and start to share it with the collective in some way, be it by having a spiritually based practice or being more vocal with their beliefs. We got that tier that's happening right now. Then we have the next tier, which is people like myself who we have been awakened. We have found our niche, so to speak, of what we want to offer in terms of our purpose to the collective. And we've been doing it for some time now. And now we're being pushed, or not pushed, we're being encouraged to start to do things different, do offer some different things, get out of our comfort zone. So like for myself, you guys know I do spiritual coaching sessions. I do this live on Monday nights, but now I'm being kind of encouraged to do more classes, just because, not that that's not my comfort zone, but I just didn't do a lot of those. Okay. And so now I'm being pushed to like do more classes, maybe start doing more in person events, like get out of the stagnancy of the routine of what I've been doing. And so now that's happening. You'll see that across the board with a lot of people, maybe that you follow in the spiritual community. They'll be offering different or new services because everybody's being encouraged to move to the next step in their evolution. And so I hate to say it, but there are levels. And if you feel as if like, oh my gosh, I'm behind, I just start awakening, or I'm just starting to get into, you're not behind. You're absolutely positively not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be it, because we all are awakening and evolving at different points of awareness, because that's what the grid needs right now. It needs us to kind of scatter out a bit in terms of our awakening, so we can shift gradually and not all at once. So everybody's doing their part, no matter where you are in this particular awakening. Oh, at least it says, I can't wait for this live. I've been praying about more info on portals. Okay, well, look, hope not hopefully. That 1111 portal that just took place was very powerful. It literally grabbed your thoughts and started putting them into reality immediately. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. Um, uh, okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I just wanted to say that to you guys about the levels, because I just am finding that I am now intermingling my kind of what I'm doing to kind of hit all the levels of awareness, because I'm keeping in mind that everybody's at a different point in their journey right now as it relates to awareness, and trying to be mindful of that and accommodate everybody as such. Okay. All right. So people in the chat, y'all chat tonight. I need y'all to chat it up. If you are watching the replay, please chat it up in the comments. Give me questions, comments, feedback, whatever you want to do. Please, please, please do that to help my algorithm. And oh my goodness. So you guys, I got my first kind of 30-day output for my analytics, because now my channel is monetized. Yay, right? So last month, you guys helped me make $17.25, baby, and I'm happy. It didn't come from ads or anything like that. It actually came from people who donated money, either during the live or on the replay. And so thank you guys for doing that. I think I never mentioned that just because I don't want to make you feel obligated to, but I think there's a dollar sign or something on your screen at the bottom where you can click to donate $1, $2, however that works. But I appreciate the $17.25. I do. Even though YouTube told me I couldn't cash it out. They said you got to get at least $100 first before you can cash anything out. So I said, well, look, it's nice to be loved and thought about. So nevertheless, I appreciated you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, so let's get going. So let's get into these portals. I realized when I'm on my platforms and I keep giving you guys updates like, oh, it's the 1111 portal, or oh, it's this portal or that portal. I never take the time to even talk about a portal. I just tell you that the portals are opening, just assuming that everybody has a good foundation and understanding of portals. And so my spirit team brought to my awareness, okay, let's bag it up a little bit, because we got to explain some things in this new energy and frequency as it relates to portals. Okay. So let's first define a portal. Okay. A portal is a gateway. It's an entrance. It is a doorway to another world or dimension. Yay. Um, when you think of portals, I want you to think of being able to go through, in and out, forward and backward, if you will, because in a portal, you're able to go both ways. You're able to flow in the portal and out of the portal, if that makes sense. I want to clarify that because I want you guys to understand the distinction between a portal and a vortex. Okay, because you'll hear people use the term vortexes, especially when it comes to manifesting. They'll say everything that you want. If you listen to Abraham Hicks, she always says that everything that you ask for is in the vortex, just waiting, to come to you. And so the vortex is like, it's a pool of energy, okay? And it's sometimes attached to different locations. So, like in Arizona, in Sedona, we have a ton of vortexes, meaning these are areas in the ground where you can actually go and stand and feel the energy coming through. And it's supposed to assist with healing. Okay, so vortexes are kind of like a pool of energy, a huge amount of energy that is attached to a specific location. So, in the example I gave you here in Sedona, it's attached to like different places on different mountains. You'll find vortexes, and the energy that comes through is healing. Okay, of course, these vortexes were what created by what our extraterrestrial or multidimensional beings at some point in time. Okay. So a vortex is very different than a portal. Okay. Let's distinguish that first and foremost. Now, when we talk about portals, I'm not going to get into, well, let's first start with a portal in general before we jump to like the 1111 portal and all of those things that are happening in the cosmos and dimension wise, as it relates to astrology. Like, let's hold on to that one. Let's just talk about portals in general. Okay, portals can be seen in different entry points. Okay, portals can be in mirrors, doorways, windows, waterfalls. Remember, you guys, I said a point of entry and exit in a portal, in and out, or you go in it, through it, and come back out through it. So that's if you get a clear idea of a portal. I get a lot of people who always say, I think my mirror in my bathroom is the portal. Yeah, probably so. Oh, I think my toilet is the portal. Probably so. Now, although that's not a waterfall, it's still a water entity or water being or water substance, so to speak, or where water is contained. There you go. Water is contained. Absolutely. Doorways are obvious portals, right? We know those. You go in and out or through those. And then the windows, just like you have mirrors that have the properties, energetic properties in them, that can cause portals to occur, so do windows, because it's the same thing, right? It's glass, it's still the same concept. So throughout your home, you guys, I'm sure, have portals. You have portals in various parts of your home. I do. I know where my portals are. I usually can walk through my home and identify where the portals are. Now, let me tell you how I can tell, because of course, you guys, I'm very energy sensitive. Look at what I do, right? But I will literally ask my guides, like to walk me through the different places in my home where there are portals. Don't doubt the guidance that you get. If you're guided to, let's say, your guest bedroom, it didn't come in your thought by chance. That was your guide saying, hey, go over to that guest bedroom and check it out. And so I know that in my home, in the guest bedroom, there's a portal, but it's kind of like in the closet. It's in the closet because when I open the doorway to the closet door, a lot of times my dog will just immediately sit at attention and look at that closet. That's a big indicator, but I can feel kind of like a breeze in the closet. So I know there's movement in and out in that closet. And then you ask for confirmation, as I do, and you'll usually get the confirmation. Something will happen or show you that that is a portal. For me, my confirmation was, y'all don't get scared, but my spirit team knows it takes a lot to rattle me. When I asked for confirmation that that closet was a portal, one of my hangers moved, an empty hanger moved back and forth. So I said, okay, this is a portal. I got it. So it's nothing for you to be afraid of. It is just for you to be aware that energy is coming in and out of your home. Now, there are some people, windows are like popular portals for angels and guides because energy can be magnified, if that makes sense. I think, yeah, if that makes sense. You can always, a lot of us are in the habit of standing in front of the mirror in the bathroom and talking to ourselves. You ain't talking to yourself. You are not talking to yourself. I'm going to tell you guys something. There are very few bathroom mirrors that are not portals. I know this because I'm tapped in, tuned in, and aware. Every time I go somewhere and I'm in the bathroom, I can sense the energy of the portal because I'm aware of it and I'm looking for it and I'm connecting to it in some way, if that makes sense. So most of your bathroom mirrors are portals. Now, you guys are probably saying, okay, Donna, so what? So it's a portal. So what we supposed to do? Just look at it? No. If you want to state your intentions, if you want to clear some things from your energy field, if you want to set some things in motion, you can intentionally stand or be next to the portal. You guys ever saw the show Insecure with Issa Rae, where she always used to stand in front of the mirror and talk to her alternate self in the mirror? Yeah, that's kind of real. That's kind of what you actually can do. Stand in that mirror and talk to your higher self. Look at yourself, but you're really talking to your higher self. And what you're really talking to beyond that is angels and guides that are there listening, assisting, and guiding with whatever it is that you're talking and discussing. So a lot of times in the mornings, you guys, when I'm brushing my teeth or when I'm doing my hair, when I'm washing I'm always talking to myself. My husband catches me all the time. And he always says, who are you talking to? I said, my team. And he just says, okay. He's like, why you gotta talk to him in the bathroom? I said, because that's where I feel, that they are residing at this moment. So I do it all the time. Even though I talk to them no matter where I am, when I'm in the bathroom, I set the intention. I'm always intentionally engaging because I know what that portal is in that bathroom mirror. Okay, hold on. We got a question already. Natasha says, does our higher self talk to us through mirror portals? Absolutely, your higher self can talk to you through mirror portals. Your higher self can talk to you through anything. I saw somebody put that our phones are portals too. Absolutely. Anything where energy can go in and out. Yep, absolutely. It could be. And so keep in mind that your higher self is not limited to a portal. Your higher self is with you and connected to you at all times. So your higher self is talking to you no matter where you are, what you're looking at, or what's around you. Be clear and understand that it does not need a portal, all right, to communicate with you. Sometimes, if you guys, what I was in healthcare, I want to give you guys another outside of this kind of normal way of thinking of portals. I want you to understand it in another way as well. Like portals can be in places where individuals cross over very frequently, i.e., hospitals, nursing homes. They have a lot of portals in them, a whole lot. I worked in healthcare and I used to work in the nursing homes for many years. And I wasn't aware, I wasn't in my place of awareness now, but I always could tell either when somebody was going to die or when there was something going on in a person's room. I could just feel it. I could feel it. I didn't know what it was back then, but now that I understand what portals are very closely connected to places where people are going to cross over to the next realm or dimension through physical death. Okay. So if you're ever visiting someone in a nursing home or a hospital or even in their own home, my mom died in my house. I know the portal was right there that was opened up to bring her on in because I felt it. I was talking to her through it and giving her information that I was getting from the angel that came through the portal. She was telling me what to tell my mother. So I think this is my assumption based on my experience. If you're in a situation where somebody is actively dying, no matter where it is, a portal opens up around them to bring in the beings or the energy that is going to escort them through and into the next dimension. So I'm going to say, you guys, there's nothing documented. I don't think to say this. I'm just going to go by my experience that as a person is actively dying, a portal will come around them to open up, to escort them on to the next dimension. Okay, if they so choose to do so. All right. Humans can be portals too. Ha ha. Most people, a lot of people who are doing healing work are portals. We call them channels. I call myself a channel because I deliver information from spirit to the collective. We got Nicole, who is I feel you, I am you, the light code channeler activator. She is a portal, an absolute portal for bringing through energetic exchange, as well as, now remember we said a portal, you can go in and you can come out, right? And so she does that, literally go in and go out to get the information and to share it with the collective. But look, also this, it's twofold. When she's getting the information to share with you, she's literally tapping into your auric energy field and taking some of that information and energy from us, the collective, and taking it back through the portal or transmuting it to the planet on the earth, like basically getting rid of it, disposing all of the energy that is not in alignment with your highest good. Okay, so humans can be portals. Get into it, get into it. Natasha says women are portals too because they can give birth, right? Absolutely, absolutely. I was actually talking about portals as it relates to spiritual, healers and stuff. But you're right, women are portals because they bring in the new soul. They're the gateway to the new soul coming on through. Absolutely. Haley says, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom. I hope with your experience it made the situation easier for you. Absolutely, Haley. I was so prepared for her death, as well as my auntie's subsequent death who went before her, as well as my grandmother's death who went before her, as well as my uncle's death, who went after her. You got to understand, every death in my family was preparation for this right here, right here. But my mother's was the ultimate preparation. It was her death that pushed me to do what I'm doing now, to come out in front of the public and collective and to do what I do and what I'm here to do. Because look, if you can take your mother, if you can usher your mother to another dimension while she's dying, and you can do it confidently with strength and guidance from the angelic realm and higher dimensional beings to help her get on through to that afterlife, guess what? You can do anybody. You can do anybody. And that was the lesson that had to be shown to me. If you can do it here, you definitely can do it with the collective. And here I am. Here I am. So I thank her for adhering to her part of the blueprint that said your death is going to symbolize or signal your daughter's life, and life as it relates to my spiritual life, that is. So absolutely love it. Thank you, Haley. She says, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so let's get, Taraja says, so why are some spirits and ghosts still here and lost? Did they not see their portal to pass on? Okay, let's leave that up for a second. So let me explain something to you. So as the example I just gave you, I said I believe that when people are nearing death or in the actively dying, portals come to open up to take you on through to that next dimension. Now, here's what you got to understand. You ain't got to go through at that time. You may say, no, 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 not yet. Nah, nah. A lot of beings or people who are not even realizing that they're dead, or don't want to go, don't go through the portal. Okay, you're calling them spirits and ghosts. Let's just say spirits. Don't say ghosts, because I ghost has such a negative connotation, right? We get scared, we get all in this place. Let's just say spirits. Some spirits choose to stay just because they ain't ready, and that's your choice. You ain't gotta go. You can walk this planet. You can stay around here and keep looking, and and watching, and having whatever experience it is that you want to have, because you're not ready to go. You can do that, but after a while, you get to a point where you go, well, why am I here? Can't nobody see me. I can't talk to nobody. I'm trying to do stuff to get these people's attention. It's not working. And so you get to a point where you say, let me get on out of here, because I'm not serving any purpose by doing this. And so to answer your question, they're not trapped. They just choose not to go. Not yet. Good question. Good question. Um, Uh, okay. All right. Let's keep going. You guys liking this portal stuff, ain't you? I don't think I've done anything about portals in a long time, just because I assumed that everybody knew about portals. See, you got to keep going back, refreshing, doing this stuff, because everybody, even though you've heard this before, some of you, it's going to hit different now because your frequency is different, and you're going to get something this time that you didn't get last time you heard about it. All right. Okay, let's keep going. So, since in the spirit of Taraja, oh, and Elisa, because it looks like, well, let me get Elisa's question first, because I think it's going to lead into what I'm going to talk about next. Elisa says, I was told some spirits want to stay where they are and you can't make them move. It's their spot and you have to be comfortable with that when they're not doing anything to you. Ooh, okay. I love that. Actually, I agree with that, because if you have left this physical body and you are in your original state of being, which is your spirit body, and you choose not to go, and you are not doing anything to harm anybody except just existing, then you have no, I mean, there's nothing to stop you from existing, nothing at all. Let's say you were here and you were causing some ruckus. You were a dark spirit, okay? One that, maybe if we want to use the sake of our human terminology, you were haunting people or you were tormenting them. In this frequency right here, oh, you got to go. You got to go, because this frequency that we're in now doesn't support that lower frequency or lower vibrational activity. Okay. In the past, you could have stayed and did all that, because that was where the grid was. That was the third dimensional way of being. As a matter of fact, a lot of people like clung to that so they could keep their existence. So, for example, like let's use my mom. Okay. My mom was a smoker. Let's say she hung around and she said, "Ooh, being around, I just want to see what it's like to be in the midst of cigarette smoke or cigarettes, or just cigarettes in general." Now you're probably thinking, now wait a minute, now she done left this physical body, so what's she craving a cigarette for, right? Well, you got to realize dimensions are, when you leave dimensions, you don't just go up 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 like in the sky. You coexist on the same plane but at a different frequency. And so, although she left her physical body, her spirit body is still very close to the dimensional realm we're in. Okay. Because remember, look, she didn't go through the portal, she didn't go to the higher realm. So, she's still kind of here, um, if you will, close to us. So, latching on to someone who smokes, like just to get her feeling or her ability to be around it, may be something that she did. And somebody may be like, oh, I'm trying to quit smoking, but I can't. Well, that could have been her energy, like on and around them, causing them to have the need to feel like they need to smoke more or not stop, because she's literally attaching herself to them for that sensation. You'll get a lot of spirits who used to maybe drink when they were in their physical bodies, and they still want to be around that, associated and connected with that. So they'll latch on to beings who are similar in energy as they were when they were here so that they can still feel that sensation. Okay. And so, in that respect, we ain't doing that now here on this planet. We not. We cleaning house. We're cleaning house so that those lower vibrational energies and spirits, can't coexist in beings who are evolving and increasing their frequency and awareness and moving on up the frequency ladder, if you will. I love it. Love that, you guys. Um, let's see. Okay, Haley says when the earth shifts into a higher frequency, as it is now, will portals still be necessary? Okay, listen to what you just asked. You said when the earth shifts. Now, I think you're trying to say when it gets to where it's at the dimensional frequency where it's going to be, is there going to be the need for portals? Absolutely. Because look what you're doing. Look what we're doing now. The earth is shifting into a higher frequency now, and we still need the portals. We still need them because our frequency, where we are now, to get it to where it's no portals are needed. Um, you there are portals. Let's just make this easy. There are portals at every frequency. There we go. Let's just say that it's portals at every frequency. So there will always be portals, even if this gets to a high frequency planet. Still going to be a portal because it's going to be another higher frequency dimension that's available. If that makes sense. Um. Okay. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Look, your higher self just answered your question and said yes. Girl, did your higher self answer your question or did Dr. Dawn answer your question? Or did we do it simultaneously? You better get, I'm just playing. Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk about these spirits that you guys are talking about because now you kind of moved into spirits from portals. Okay. Spirits, you guys can, wait, let me get a drink of water. Hold on. We know that spirits can come in and out of the portals. So we got that, right? But you guys know, and I just told you guys about how spirits can attach to humans. We got that part. Spirits, you guys, can also attach to furniture, objects, buildings. Okay. These are called attachments, not portals. Okay. Understand that when they attach, remember our definition of a portal. You go in, you come out. You got to be able to go through it, in and out, in and out. Okay. So when spirits attach to objects and furniture and buildings and things like that, it's just that attachments. It's not a portal. Um, when we talk about spirits attaching, and I said to people, I want you guys to understand, let's say you have a spirit on a chair. There's a spirit attached to a chair. Let's say this chair, I'm gonna stay with my mama, y'all. Let's keep using my mama for an example. My mother had a recliner that she was in leading up to her death because she could no longer walk. And it was very difficult to move her around. So we needed that. Y'all know that lift chair recliner that we needed one of those to kind of help get her up. So after she passed, y'all know I got rid of that chair like like quickly. But there was some of her energy attached to that chair. I know it because right after she passed, I sat in the chair because I had to take it all in, and I felt like this warmth come around. Actually, this may sound weird, but I felt the chair hugging me. That's weird, ain't it? But it was the spirit, her spirit attached to that chair. Now, understand this. And in my situation, it was a good thing. It gave me comfort. It gave me a feeling of, strength, so forth and so on. But it could have been the reverse, right? It could have been that, let's say I donated that chair, which I did, to Goodwill. And someone else got that chair and her energy was still attached to it. So depending on what her spirit self was like, that attachment that she had to that chair could have been good or not so good. Okay. So look, that's why I'm very leery of sitting on other people's furniture. I know it sounds weird, but in home care, I didn't do it because you never know who has bed bugs. And so I've been in a couple of homes with bed bugs where I just stopped sitting on furniture. But when I became spiritually aware or awakened, I really stopped sitting on furniture a lot because even though a person is not deceased, they still have spirits that or energy that attaches to them sometimes. And if you're in their home or dwelling in places where they linger or are, those spirits could be, that energy could be on those pieces of furniture. So I want you guys to understand the significance of attachments as it relates to spirits. Um, Cindy says that explains why I was attached to my mom's chair after she transitioned over. Absolutely. Because guess what? Your mom may not have been able to connect with you, but she could connect energetically with an inanimate object or piece of furniture. And you could feel her through that, if that makes sense. Because remember, it's just energy. When they transition into an energetic state of being. I mean, we're all in an energetic state of being now, which is masked by our physical avatars and our skin and flesh, but they turn into an energetic form. So, absolutely. Somebody says, like that doll, Annabelle. Girl, you right. Yeah. Now that's a whole nother thing. I'm trying to keep y'all high vibe, but absolutely, just like that. Um, Haley says, so the spirit attached to the chair is a fractal of her spirit that passed on. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Elisa says, can a spirit attach to an object that wasn't theirs? My cousin felt dark energy in a dresser in the guest bedroom in their home. Yes, yes, it can. Yes, it can. I just used the example of something closely associated with the spirit in their living, present human life where they could attach to, but absolutely, they can attach to anything. As a matter of fact, it's you got to understand, depending on where you are in your awareness, it's the only way that a spirit can connect with you sometimes is through inanimate objects or things or places like buildings, because you have no um uh intentional awareness of their presence or their attempts to communicate with you, so they'll use things in your environment to connect with you. So yes, it doesn't have to be something that the person was connected with in their waking physical life. It can be anything that they decide to attach to. See, so I when we talk about that and the spiritual stuff like that, it freaks people out. It gets you nervous. It gets you on edge because now you're walking around like, is the spirit there? Is the spirit there? Is the spirit there? And you don't have to. You don't have to. Even as intuitively tapped in as I am, I don't do that. I just am aware that my spirit guides will always bring to my awareness something that is off limits or to avoid if possible. Okay. So, like, I may, you guys, so I got another example for you. So, I have been in situations in home care where I was going to see a patient and I would drive up to the house and I'll be in the driveway and ring the doorbell, and a spirit guide will say, "Don't touch that doorknob," or "Don't touch you," like, because there's an energetic entity that's on that particular thing. So I may ring the doorbell, wait for the person to like open the door, but then actually let them push their screen door to let me in because my spirit guides will say, "Don't touch that handle." See? So, but be in awareness and ask your team on a daily basis, show me, guide me, assist me, alert me to any presence of spiritual beings or frequencies that are not in alignment with me. And they will. You could be anywhere. I remember being in the grocery store giving the cashier money, and my spirit team said, don't put it in her hand, lay it on the conveyor belt. Like, they didn't want me to touch, come even in the vicinity of touching The hand, they said, put it on the conveyor belt. And I did. And I did. Um, Corinne says she recommends that everyone watch Interstellar if you haven't. I think I'll watch it, Corinne. I haven't watched it. Thanks for sharing that with us. Um, Chosen Battle Goddess says, I know I feel the difference between good and bad, whether I'm awake or asleep. Okay, good. And then look, don't make it good or bad because then you'll something about the human condition. We associate bad with scary or some. I just say high and low, like high and low frequencies. That has a different energy and feel to it when you say that for your evolution and for your connection. Okay, just in my experience, you can say good and bad, but if you put it in frequency terms, energetically, it'll connect you more and it'll make you more at ease when you're dealing with it. Okay. Natasha says, yes, Korean, the movie Interstellar is amazing. Okay, so we shall all watch Interstellar. We have just plugged that movie. I haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna take Korean's word for it. Elisa says, if we want to work with portals, what is that good for? Okay, what are you working for the portal with? Let's get into it. Girl, are you in my mind? Because that is the next thing that I was going to talk about, working with portals. Elisa, you better stop that, girl. You're getting too intuitive, too intuitive. Let's talk about that because we have we just had the 1111 portal, and I give you guys little hints at the 1111 these portals and what they are, but let's talk a little bit about what they are and what you use them for and what you do. You can open and close portals, you guys, at any time. You ain't got to wait on 1111 or whatever other astrological portals are coming. You ain't got to do that. You can open and close portals at any time. How do you do that, Dawn? You do it through visualization and meditation. We know this, right? So Elisa says, what is it good for to work with portals? Well, girl, let me tell you, what is it not good for? You want to manifest? Get into that portal. You want to tap into intuitively what's to come down the road, maybe see what you're lining yourself up to experience, get into them portals. You want to connect with those ancestors in the past that have some knowledge that can assist you based on where you are, get into the portal. You want to see or connect with other beings that have been where we are and experienced what we are to get some information. Get into the portals, open a portal. So portals are used for a lot of things. You're actually opening and closing portals when you meditate. That's what you're doing. That's what meditation is. You're opening and closing the portals, but guess which ones you're opening and closing? The portals in your chakras. Remember, your chakras are portals. We talk about those 7 chakras. Those are 7 different portals. Those are gateways to information, to wisdom, to knowledge, to connection. So when you say, what is it good for? It is good for connecting you to higher knowledge on any level, any level. And so your internal portals are the ones that you're opening, okay? And then they will subsequently cause some external portals to open as well when you really get good with it. Okay? If that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, Elisa. Garnett says, I remember someone telling me about the crystals that they had that belonged to their mother when she passed. It changed colors. Is that possible from what you're telling me? Sure it is. Sure it is. Sometimes when beings have passed on, one of the things that they use to not just show their attention or to connect, but they use colors a lot. Because look, in the example that Garnett just gave with the crystal, certain energetic properties and frequencies can change the colors of the crystals. So that particular situation where the person's mother passed and the crystals changed, that could have been that person's mother's energy connecting with that crystal to trigger the awareness and the attention of that person to say, hey, I'm here with you. I'm right here. I'm going to change this color of this crystal with my energy to let you know I'm here. So, absolutely, that is possible. Absolutely. Um, have spirit guides come through and give you upgrades on my faves? On my faves? On my one favorite ones? One of my favorites. Okay. Okay, J Dot. Let's see if I know what you're talking about. Have spirit guides come through and giving you upgrades? If that's the question, absolutely. I get upgrades all the time. It used to be when I slept, but now I get them throughout the day. I get them all the time now. And so we didn't get to that yet, the light codes that come with portal openings, but my spirit guides do it all the time now outside of a portal. Doesn't even have to be a portal opening to get these upgrades. And they're upgrading you too, not just my guides, your guides. All of our guides are upgrading us. I think that's what you were asking me in terms of the collective, not me personally. Okay. Awaken to Healing says, how do you recommend clearing entities from your home or objects? Okay, good question. You guys are on the roll tonight. So when it comes to objects, you know what's so simple? Just water. I actually run the objects under. I don't know what these objects are you're talking about, so I should have asked specifics, but like crystals and things like that. But if it's objects like furniture or things that can't be ran under the water, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just rub my hands together and say, divine energy, divine energy, divine energy of light, bring through all of the healing and alignment, for me tonight or today. And I just take my hands and rub it across all or whatever it is that I'm trying to clear the energy from. So I literally create energy by rubbing my hands, set the intention by saying my desired outcome, and then I use my hands to clear it. And you're using your physical hands, but energetically, your higher self, your spirit team, all of the divine energy that is around you is actually clearing it with your hands, in conjunction with your hands, the object. You actually asked about objects, and what else did you say? You said objects, and I think you said home. Now you do know what? Here's the weird thing. You all are going to think I'm just really woo. But when it comes to my home, I literally just say, get out. You are not needed here. You are not wanted here. I open a window and say, boop, get on out. And literally that has worked. I know people will say, oh, you got to sage. You got to go to different corners in the house. I haven't had to do all that. So I don't know if it's person specific based on your belief and your awareness, but I literally have just had to say, get out and open a window and let the being let it out. And that was pretty much it. That was it. Um Natasha says Cash uses his portals in his room for the GFL. Absolutely, absolutely. So that goes back to what I kind of said. She's saying he uses his portals for the Galactic Federation to get information. Same thing. I said you use the portals to get information, higher dimensional information, that you're seeking guidance to, or that you are requesting clarification on. I mean, same thing. Absolutely. He's really good at using his portals. He intentionally goes to them for information and assignments. At least it says, yes, I was told to work with them and didn't know how to access them. Okay, good. So you got that part. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let's see what's next. You guys got so many comments. Whoo! Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna adjust something. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Jada says, I was saying I like having my guides coming through to give upgrades. Oh, okay, okay. I gotcha. That's not what you said, but okay. Glad you like it because you have portals in your room. You know, a lot of us have portals in our room because you know why? Most of the higher dimensional beings come through those portals while we're sleeping to work on us. A lot of us get upgrades in our sleep. A lot of us get downloads in our sleep. A lot of us will get healing in our sleep because these beings come through the portals and work on you while you're asleep. So, probably all of you have portals in your room. Almost sure of it. Um, okay, I'm gonna, okay, so let me go to the next. Okay, let me go into some of these portals. Now we talked about portals outside of the ones that happen collectively across the planet, like the 1111 portal. Whenever you guys start seeing it be kind of advertised or talked about, certain portals are getting ready to open, get ready, be aware. I'm going to talk about the 1111 one because there's so many. And so we're going to talk about that one since that was the most recent. Whenever there's a portal opening, I want you guys to understand the actual opening of the portal is not the only time that it's open. You have actually 2 days before the portal opens and up to 2 days after it opens to take or receive the benefits of this portal opening. So this 1111 portal actually started on the 9th of November. The energy started flowing in, building up to the opening, and then it opened on 1111. And then look, on the 12th and the 13th, we're still dealing with the aftermath of the energy of the portal. So we're still in it. So understand, it's not just that one day, it's usually 2 days leading up to it and 2 days after it. Now, the significance of these portals when you see them, and we say ready, set, go. Well, you can manifest all the time. You can do that at any point. You don't need a portal to do that. We know that. But these portals amplify the frequency and the energy. And for a lot of them, they make or allow your intentions to be heard and manifested quicker, if you will, if that makes sense. A lot of them carry light codes. The 1111 one, we got the 1111, and we always know that numbers associated with the number one support the growth of your soul. These light codes support the growth of your soul. And so when we talk about the 111, we're getting into that gateway of, since it's a master number, it promotes like personal growth, spiritual enlightenment, and abundance. It's got a lot of power behind it. So you not only have a portal opening, but you have it occurring on 1111, a very powerful master number. And so you got two kind of cataclysmic energetic forces working at one time together. And so it is the optimal time to let me get my thoughts together. Let me start thinking and being in the way that I'm trying to manifest my life to be, because it's going to line up with the energy coming through in this portal right now and put me on the trajectory to moving to where I'm going. Okay. And so look, I try to not try, I do. I take advantage of these portals. And the way I take advantage of them is by doing nothing when they come. Like you guys saw me on social media. I was at the sugar factory having my little mocktail, having a good time, hanging out. It's the time where you release, you guys. Let go of the stresses, like keep in your mind, like actually live in the state of being that you want to be in during these portal openings, because you don't understand, but that's energy that you're putting out into the universe from your antenna, your frequency antennas. And then this portal is opening, and then you got these light codes activating from the 1111. You got all of this meeting up with your antenna. And so it's going, okay, boom, it's time to happen. And then you start to see the evidence of what you were thinking about, asking for, and like putting in motion, after it's over. I'm already seeing mine already happen, like tremendously already happen. So that's why when they come, people go, I get a lot of people go, Oh, well, those portals ain't nothing happening when they come. Everybody's so much hype and nothing happens. But guess what? Nothing. It only energy goes where energy flows. If you don't put energy into your awareness and intention during the portal, nothing's gonna happen. It can't happen. So when the portal's opening, put your energy into it, and you the outcome presents itself. The outcome comes. Um uh Patricia says, do portals are portals in water? Absolutely they are. Portals can be under well, there's a whole lot of them underwater actually. Some of the people say that you guys know not too long ago when they did the sub that went under the water and the people came up missing or whatever. A couple of months back, they were trying out. I don't know if it was a submarine. They were doing something, and they went underwater, and the people they say that it blew up because they couldn't find any evidence of the people. Well, there's another group that of people who are spiritually aware that says that didn't blow up. They just went through a portal. He went through a portal and just didn't come back because there are a lot of portals underwater. Absolutely, they are. Good question. Um, how do you quiet the energy from portals in our homes? That's a good question. I never had to when you say quiet the energy, I'm wondering if you're saying because you don't mean actually sounds of energy from the portal. I think you mean feelings, right? Close it off. Close off the portal. You can close it off. The same way I told you to create energy and to set the intention by using your words of what you want to do and then rubbing it on the particular surface of the furniture. And for that last example, do the same thing with a portal. You do it, close it off. A lot of people, and I want to share this with you. If you take lemon water, lemon, it's lemon, yeah, lemon, and mix lemon with water and spray it around the area that you would like to close off or that you feel the energy coming through, it will seal the portal. I used to do that back in the day. No, it was lemon and vinegar. No, it's vinegar. I'm sorry, not lemon. It's vinegar, you guys. Vinegar. Oh, my spirit guys was like, no, it's vinegar. Okay, sorry. If you take vinegar and water, mix it together and spray it around an area where you feel like there's an energetic force that is not, divine or not for your highest, could spray it in that area, and then set the intention by saying what you need to say to close it off, that you don't want it there and that that energy is not welcome. Okay, so vinegar and water. If you don't know exactly where the portal is in your home, then start trying it out. See which room doesn't feel comfortable for you. That's usually a huge indicator, the room you don't want to be in. I had a room in my old house where I was like, oh, I don't like this room because it doesn't feel cozy. It used to feel cold and unwelcoming, and I was like, okay, yeah, the portal's got to be in here because I don't like to even, I never come in this room. That's a big indicator for you if there's an unwanted portal in there. Because for the most part, you guys have portals where traffic is coming in and out and it's not bothering you. It's not, doing anything to disrupt you. It's just literally like it's a highway. Like your house is the energetic highway for spirits to come through in and out sometimes. So keep that in mind. Oh, she says she uses water and vinegar to clean her mirror. Oh, it doesn't feel bad. Oh, okay, okay. You don't want to close it. Okay, perfect. Well, see, look, did you think you were just using vinegar and water to clean your mirror? Now you got clarification. Your spirit team was subconsciously guiding you to do that to ensure that beings don't come through that are not for your highest good. See how they did that? You thought you was cleaning, girl. Okay. Who can say what's right? Okay, so portals can also be physical, where a 3D person can go through and get stuck in. Can someone get pushed into a portal against his or her will? Now, theoretically, I would say yes, but Experience wise, I haven't seen or experienced that yet. I think as the planet evolves, we're going to be coming in contact more and more with portals. Portals are going to be like common, like walking through a doorway going to the next room. They're going to become very common as the frequency increases. You got to understand. Right now, we are not at a high enough frequency to where the portals could present themselves and you could see them with your eyes to walk through them or to know that you're going through them. So I would say right now, maybe it could happen, but it just probably wouldn't happen as frequently as it will down the road because we're not there yet. And don't get caught up in Hollywood all either with what you're seeing in the movies. Okay. Natasha says the Bermuda Triangle. Absolutely. That's a theoretical portal that we've known, and there's been some evidence to suggest that the planes go through a portal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Garnett says water is the conduit for information and it's also a mirror image of the sky, so I can understand how it could actually lead to another dimension. We should talk about mirrors. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think in the beginning I told you guys waterfalls were portals. Could y'all see walking through the waterfall and ended up on another side to another dimension? Remember, you can walk through. Remember, what's our definition of portals? We can go in. We got an entry and an exit. Entry and an exit. So, the person who asked, "Can a 3D person go through and get stuck?" I'm sure they could. I'm sure they could if the portal made itself present or known. Absolutely. Okay. So when we see these portal openings, like the 1111 portal, it's the universe's way of saying, okay, it's time for a life transforming moment for you guys. Who's ready? Who's set? Who's attuned to the frequency to take advantage of this opening? Okay. And so I wanted to make sure you guys had some understanding of this, because if not, you'll keep seeing all of these things saying this portal is open, this portal is open, and get this, and you'll just be like, oh, whatever, and not really understand the significance of it. If nothing else, I want you guys to understand the light code activations that take place when these portals open. Everybody clear on what a light code activation is? I want you guys to understand that. When I talked about in the beginning about your chakras being portals, your 7 chakras, all portals, gateways, they got lots of information and higher level knowledge and wisdom all stored in it. Everything you need to get you through your time here on earth. Well, when we have light code activations, there's a little piece of your DNA in these portals that gets activated. And when it gets activated, you open yourself up to receive higher level knowledge and wisdom. Now, you may not even be aware that you're receiving it in that moment because you don't need it yet, but it's open and activated and stored so that when the time comes for you to retrieve it, it's going to come to the forefront of your thoughts and you're going to understand immediately and connect to the information in that moment. That is so important for you guys to understand, because a lot of people often say, I didn't get an activation. Like, I was outside, I was under the moon, I walked under the sun, I meditated outside, I didn't get any light codes. You probably got the light codes, but in that moment, the codes that were activated and downloaded to you, you didn't need them at that moment. You didn't need them. But now, a month later, for example, you're sitting in your home and all of a sudden a thought comes in your mind like, I can't think of an example. A thought comes in your mind out of nowhere and it sheds light on something that you were having questions about. And you go, where did that come from? That's that activation from a month ago. They got activated and it now is relevant in your experience to show itself and to help you. All right. Elisa says, do portals take you to a different universe, the other versions of ourselves, if that's what you're seeking them to do. So, for example, I said that you can connect to portals through meditation and visualization. So, if you are trying to visualize, as I do a lot of times, the best version of me, what I consider the highest version of me, and I'm visualizing, I'm connecting to a higher dimensional realm. And so, if higher dimensional realms and universe for me are synonymous, they're synonymous. So when you say, do portals take you to a different universe? Absolutely, because they take me to another dimension, which to me is another universe for me. For you, it's the same thing. If you want to go visit a different universe, set the intention when you're visualizing or meditating to do that, and you will be guided to another universe. And then we got all these terms we're throwing around. Like tonight, we did portal, we did vortex. We could also throw astral traveling in here too, even though that's not a portal per se, but it directly connects with you traveling, as you put it, taking you to another universe or dimension. We got all these things kind of at play. Um, and the other versions of yourselves, absolutely. You can definitely do that. And you don't need a portal to go through to see your other versions of yourself. It doesn't take a portal for that. It just takes some activation, some light code activation, and some awareness and connection. That's it. You don't have to have a portal specifically. You guys got good questions. I love this. Ooh-wee. Okay. You guys, I can't stress to you enough to call in your guides, call in your spirit guides, have them help you to tap into or connect to whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, be it seeing higher versions of yourselves, recognizing where portals exist in your immediate environment, asking how portals that are opening for the collective, like the 1111 portal, can assist you. Start being more communicative with your spirit guides and your team during this time of evolution on the planet. They're literally standing by, waiting to assist you and guide you. You merely have to ask. You merely have to ask. And in some instances, you guys aren't asking, your thoughts are sending out the antenna or the energy, the question, if you will, and they're grabbing onto it, giving you the guidance and the answers, but you're not cognizant of the guidance that they're getting. So stay in alert of that you're always getting guidance to your thoughts. You also said a toilet can be a portal, and I'm still a bit freaked out about sitting to use mine going forward. Well, a lot of people say that the toilets are not so good portal. If beings are coming through your toilet, they may not be so good just because of the energy associated with the toilet, feces, urine, lower vibrational kind of energy. If it's attracting beings to come through that portal, then it's assumed that they must be of a like frequency, similar frequency to even come through there as a portal. So again, that's a thought. That's a thought because I've had beings come through my while in the bathtub, like through the drain in the bathtub, and so I didn't perceive them as being bad or negative or low vibrational. It's very comforting, relaxing. So just know it's an entry point. It's an entryway for beings to come through. Sinks, toilets, drains, all of that. Oh, let's see. How do I ask correctly? Um, so you said, how do I ask correctly? There is no correct or incorrect way. What I usually do, depending on what you're asking, all you just do is ask for guidance from your divine team of spiritual beings or from beings of higher dimensional realms of divine light. I mean, just make sure you are targeting higher dimensional beings of divine light and ask whatever it is you want to ask. Just be clear that you're saying higher dimensional beings of divine light. Okay, because you're summoning the ones that are in alignment with your divine state of being. And then let's just ask whatever you want to ask. Taraja says, can the next topic be about Akashic records? I'll think about it. I'll let you know, Taraja. I have to sit with that one. I'm always spirit guided. I really don't know what I'm going to do with you guys usually until earlier in the day. For that particular mystical Monday, it's not something I sit down and say, "Oh, let me go research, take notes, do that." It doesn't work like that. I'm spirit led with all things, always guided by my higher self and my spirit team. And so I'll ask them about the Akashic records and see kind of how or if they want to do it next time, and how that's going to go. Because remember, you guys, I'm always guided to bring on people who can assist you guys right now where you are in your journey. And so there are some people I have lined up as well. So I don't know how that's going to fall in terms of our next topic. So we shall see. But thank you for the input. So I'll have something to consider. Tara says, so you regularly seal those portals in your home. I try to here and there when I remember, like mirrors. Yeah, you don't have to do it regularly, just when something's brought to your awareness. If it ain't causing no problems, leave it alone. Like, just don't bother it. I always, this is how I always look at it. These beings, a lot of them are literally passing through. They need a portal to get them to the next place, to the next place, to the next place. And sometimes your house is just the connection to get them to the next place. So they're literally just walking on through, walking on through. And so if they're not bothering me, I'm not going to bother them. And I just don't even dwell on it unless it's causing some discomfort or dis-ease. Thank you, Natasha. Natasha says, don't forget everyone to like the live. I appreciate that. That's right. You guys tell them, Natasha, I always forget. If this information resonates with you guys or you're finding it helpful, please be sure to like the video. Alisa says, thank you for this. Portals was on my to-do list. Honey, and the spirit team knew, the spirit guides knew, hey, we need to touch on this because we need to get some clarification and understanding by the masses on these portals, because we're in 2024 when these portals start opening again. You guys got to be ready. You got to know, because the frequency will be, every time the frequency is getting us to a place where we may get to the point where we instantly manifest, like literally immediately in our awareness when we get up there enough. So get yourself in the habit and the awareness of intentionally participating in these portal openings. That's why I leave my portal. Oh, Elisa says, that's why I leave my portal open. I feel like I'm helping them. I'll tell them to be quiet. Absolutely. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You guys got to start communicating with the spiritual realm like you communicate with people in the physical realm, because you are a spirit. So why not talk to the other spirits? Because it's you. They are you and you are them. Cindy says, much gratitude, Dr. Dawn. Appreciate the knowledge. Thank you. It says, I like the live before it started. That's how y'all do. Go ahead and click that like button even before I start talking, and then take it back if I don't talk right or say what you want to hear. But just click it in the beginning. You're so welcome, Patricia. You're welcome for the information. You guys have been good tonight. You have chatted it up. You have asked so many questions. This is what I need you guys to keep doing. Keep showing up and keep chatting. I'm doing what I can to be of service and to assist and to help you guys on your journey. Oh, Taraja, you gave me $10. Now I can have $27. I love. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate this. Y'all, I'm gonna get this YouTube thing together. I'm gonna get it together. But until next Monday, you guys just stay connected, stay aware. I'm having fun now. This is fun. This part of the journey is fun. You guys who are at your point of awareness where you are awakened, you're tapping into your abilities, you're getting guidance on what your next contribution to the collective is going to be. If I can urge you at all, Start speaking your truth. I know it's hard. I know you're still afraid because you got a lot of people around you who are connected to religion, and you just sometimes just you say, why bother? But when the moment or opportunity presents itself and your spirit team is nudging you and saying, go ahead, tell them about it, or tell them what you feel, listen to the guidance because they're guiding you to help awaken and assist and encourage somebody else on their journey. Okay. Um, thank you. I love you guys too. You guys are so full of love tonight. I love it. I love it. For those of you who have not had a one-on-one spiritual coaching session with me, oh, y'all better stop giving me these $10. I'm gonna sit on this screen just all night, so y'all can keep giving me some coins. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, thank you so much, Elisa. For if you have not had a spiritual coaching session with me, you guys please book one now, especially with where we are in this shift. And even if you've had one before, come on back and let's see where you are, and let's get you moving in the direction you feel you need to go in. If you feel stuck, I love working with you guys one on one. I have no classes being offered now except the one that started last week. We had a good time for the first class session. Looking forward to the next one next month. And I'm just looking forward to being of service to you guys. Okay. So make sure you come back next week. I don't want to tell you if it's going to be a guest because, again, I'm waiting on these darn confirmations from these folks. But I'm getting it together. I'm trying to get everything that I feel you guys want at this time. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Until next Monday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys take care. Much love and light to you. Okay. Ta ta.